Good morning, everybody. So this is the start of Vlogmas, the 12 days of Vlogmas, because, I'm lazy like that and didn't start in the beginning of December because I honestly really didn't think I had anything to vlog about. And then my daughter pointed out that I have a lot to vlog about. So the 12 days of Vlogmas. So this is Vlogmas day 3. This is the beginning. I just had to show my tree because, it's my tree and it's beautiful. And then overnight last night, I don't know what's better. This is what we got last night. I'm going to pause for a second. Okay, this is what we got overnight last night. Now, I don't really know. It is snowing, and I know it's kind of hard for the camera to pick it up because it's snowing lightly. There, now you can see it a little bit, eh? See, it's not snowing. It's coming down. And this kind of snow, when it snows like this, these little wee flakes like this, it accumulates like nobody's business. But if this doesn't make you feel all Christmassy and warm and fuzzy inside, I don't know what does. I said this morning on Facebook, and I think this is the first time that I have ever said this. And no, I am not grateful that I was in the accident, and no, I am not grateful that I'm in the condition that I'm in. No, I'm not grateful that I have a brain tumor. I'm not grateful for any of the bad things that have happened in the last 2.5 years, and I sure and frig am not grateful. Focus, thank you. I sure and frig am not grateful that my husband had 3 strokes and he too has been forced into early retirement. I would much rather that my husband was still well and healthy. The working money, that has nothing to do with it. I wish that my husband had never suffered through what he suffered through, because it was god awful, and he is still in recovery and will be in recovery for the rest of his life. What I am grateful for is the fact that we had a pretty significant snowstorm last night. It's just, I really wish it could pick up the snow coming down, but it's just, no, it's not going to do it. I am grateful for waking up now on mornings like this and not having to drive. Oh, there we go. That's a bit better. Not having to drive. I don't really give a rat's patoot that it's snowing. Not at all. I could care less. It can snow away for all I care, because oh, look at our wedding gazebo all covered in snow. I don't have to go anywhere. Today is baking day, yay! And that's what I'm going to be doing all day today, is Christmas baking. And I don't have to go anywhere. I have all my ingredients, I have everything I need here, and I'm going to spend the day happily baking. So, Merry Vlogmas, day 3, and let's get on this baking. Okay guys, it's baking time. The frickin' glare off my glass. How do I stop that? Does anybody know how I stop the glare off my glasses? Anyway, okay, it's baking time, yay! So I have my big listy poo here of, oh, I'm showing you, and the camera's turned around the wrong way. I have my big list of Christmas baking. Sorry, that's my tea kettle screaming its head off because I need boiled water for this recipe. Okay, so I have my entire recipe book of stuff that I make at Christmas time. A lot of these are traditional Newfoundland recipes. These date squares, everybody knows what a date square is, but there's traditional Newfoundland date squares. The other one is traditional Newfoundland, I was going to say meatballs. Oh my god. Brain injury. Oh, you know what? I'm either going to bawl or I'm going to laugh. So, what do? Traditional Newfoundland snowballs, which are chocolate and coconut and just heaven and calories and non-vegan stuff all in one bite. It's so good. There is nothing that I'm going to be making here for all this baking. A lot of this is going away as gifts. None of this is vegan, so all of my vegan friends out there, please don't judge. Please don't judge. And I'm going to quote Mayflowers here. Hi, May. I love you. I love you, Kate. I'm going to quote you here, May, and say, because it's Christmas. That's why. So yes, I am going to, I mean, I have to taste test, right? So we're talking white sugar. We're talking real butter, like real butter, not margarine, not anything vegan. We're talking butter, like salted butter. Death in a frigging spoon or on a knife or whatever. This kind of stuff does not exist in our household except at this time of year. Maybe Easter I do some baking, Thanksgiving I'll do some baking, but other than that, this kind of stuff does not exist in our house. But to quote May, because it's Christmas, whatever, it is what it is, it's Christmas. I told my husband when he had the strokes that if he, because his dietary, you know, thing, everything about his diet had to change. I told him that 5 days out of every year, so you got Christmas, you got Christmas, Easter, Father's Day, your birthday, and Thanksgiving. Those 5 days out of 365 days, if you can't eat whatever you want on your own birthday, or do you know what I mean, then what really is the sense in even being here? Like, you have to still enjoy life even though you are a stroke survivor. So on those special days of the year, like being a newfie, his birthday for the last 2 years since he had the strokes, Mary Brown's, which is kind of the equivalent to KFC for my American friends, but it's a fast food chicken place, franchise, the best fried chicken, the best potato wedges that just, oh God, they're so good. And if you're a newfie, you're gonna pick Mary Brown's over KFC, or as a newfie friend of ours says, Dirty Bird, every time. So yeah, anyway, so I'm digressing here. So all of this holiday baking is going to be stuff that we don't normally have at all, like ever. So here we go. So what we are baking first is we are doing traditional Newfoundland date square crumbles, just date squares, right, as you would know. So the recipe okay, so here, sorry guys, here's where I got to put my glasses back on because forget about it, right? So the recipe calls for, in the filling, 18 ounces of dates chopped up, right? So 18 ounces, it's like, what kind of a stupid measurement is that? 16 ounces is 2 cups. So this, okay, now I got to pause. And we're back. Okay, so this is a 2-cup Pyrex measuring cup. Jesus Christ, that's heavy. So it's 16 ounces. So the way I see it, like you can see the 16 ounce line right there. But the way I see it then to the top would be another 2 ounces. So you know what? There's a little extra in there. This is an entire, what did I do with the bag? Where did I put it? Where did I put it? I know I had it. Memento. What did I do with it? Oh my gosh. I'm just losing my mind completely. I know I had the bag here. I was going to show you guys. And I don't know what I did with it. Okay. Well, there you go. It is an entire 500 gram. Oh wait, I have another one that's not even opened. Momento. Like my Lazy Susan, I have one up here and I have one down below too. Okay, so this is an entire 500 gram bag of pitted dried dates. Yum, one of my favorite things in the world. So that is what that looks like all chopped up. So yes, it's a little bit more than the 18 ounces, but the recipe does state that some people like less filling, some people like more, like, you know, feel free. Just, yeah, feel free. Do your thing. Oh, God. Plop. Well, that was attractive. Oh, my. Okay, so we have the 18 plus dates. See, I forgot the word. Okay, and then we have, I'm going to bring the pot to the kettle because that is probably a lot safer for me to do. And now I have to go back. Here's my rooster kitchen, guys. I actually scaled down on my roosters a little bit lately. If you see out the window too, this makes Christmas baking so much more fun because it is snowing. It's really hard. I don't know why the camera won't pick it up. It's actually snowing a lot harder than what you would think it is. I don't know if I go up to the window. Sorry guys, I'm totally digressing and dragging you around my kitchen now. I don't know if it's gonna like, it's hard. I don't know why it won't really pick it up. Oh look, a vehicle went up our road. Holy shit. Anyway, it's snowing quite hard out and it's absolutely beautiful, and why would one not want a Christmas bake in this? Okay, so here we go. We're going around in a circle now. Alrighty, so the next thing that the recipe calls for is 2 cups of boiling water. Hence why my tea kettle was screaming its head off. So, as I said, 2 cups. And this is to the fill line. Now, this gives me pause to wonder because I did put in extra dates. Kind of feel like maybe an extra ounce of water. I hope I'm not going to screw this up. See, that's what happens when you go, oh, let's just play with a recipe that we don't really know what we're doing. Alrighty. Now then. Sorry guys, I hope you're not getting dizzy. Alright, my butter was in the freezer, frozen, because we don't eat butter in this house. So, the next thing it calls for is 3 tablespoons of butter. So I'm going to add, okay, so there's 3 tablespoons of butter, 3 tablespoons of white, disgusting, death sugar. This sugar bowl sits up here in this spot on my bread box. Has been sitting there for years, and I did at one point take sugar in my coffee or tea or whatever. Haven't for the longest time. And it's there for company only, but it's always full. It's always, you know, there. My son takes sugar in his coffee, his tea, you know. Okay, so the butter, the sugar, and vanilla. There's a funny story behind this. I would love to use pure vanilla. As you can see, this is artificial vanilla extract. So this little tiny bottle, just for scale, there's, I don't know, there's my hand, like, you know, it comfortably fits in, you know, my hand. This little tiny bottle here was, I'm going to say $4.99. They had the exact same size, which is, how many, I don't even know, what is this? Sorry guys. 43 milliliters. That's a tiny amount, right? They had the same size at the same store for, I believe it was $8.99 or $9.99. There was an older woman standing next to me. She was obviously picking up stuff for her Christmas baking, and she looked at that and she looks at me and she says, well, I will be fucked if I'm paying that for a bottle of vanilla. I nearly died. This lady was well into her 70s, and I just burst out laughing, and I said, I totally agree with you, darling. Artificial vanilla, it is, because I'm not, I'll be fucked too if I'm paying that kind of money. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the remaining ingredients, and then I will come back. Okay, and we're back. So this is my pan. I bought this pan actually specially last year just to make date squares, because it's a 9 by 13, how many inches deep? I can't remember. Anyways, it is the perfect thing to make date squares in. Anyway, you can line it with parchment paper, or you can smear it with butter, or you can spray it with like a cooking spray. So I have this olive oil cooking spray that I don't use very often at all, but anyway, again, I keep trying to defend myself. I am a vegan, I swear. Anyway, so that's sitting there waiting. So I'm kind of tethered to you right now because my battery is dying. So I'll turn around and I'll show you the stove over there. In that red pot is the date mixture, and it says to gently simmer for about 15 minutes, I believe it says. And keep a close eye on it until it thickens, but keep a close eye on it because it can easily burn or stick. So we will pause again. Okay, guys, so there is the date mixture. And it does state that you need to be very careful near the end because as it thickens, it will have a tendency to stick and burn. This, I think we're getting pretty close to our desired consistency. So I'm just going to let it do its thing. Now it says to set it aside and allow it to cool while you put your crumble mixture together. That is a nice consistency. See, we've pretty much got all of the liquid out. So I believe I'm going to set that aside and let it cool. So come with me. Don't get dizzy. Here we go. So now for the crumble part. Oh, this is my my dish to actually assemble in. So this is my dish to make la crumble in. Now it's going to get complicated, so again I'm going to just go over the ingredients with you and then pause again whilst I throw it all together. Okay, so for the crumble, sorry because I have my, see, laptop meet my phone, phone meet my laptop. It's just easier to do things this way. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so for the crumble, you need 2 cups of large oats. Not the quick oats. They have to be large, but not quick. Not the stuff that cooks in like, 3 seconds or whatever. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. 1 cup of dried coconut, fine or medium cut. So this is my, I use coconut, unsweetened coconut every day. So that's my coconut there, but there's also, I'm going to probably need extra. So there's medium unsweetened coconut there. 2 cups of flour. I do, of course, have my my gluten-free flour that I would normally use, but this is Christmas baking and I am not using gluten-free flour. This is not just for me. I'm the only person in the entire family that's even remotely vegan or vegetarian or any alternate diet at all. So this is the French side. I don't know why, sorry. So the flour is 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I don't know why that's sitting there. And 1 cup of brown sugar. And 1.5 cups of butter cut into small cubes. So I've taken my butter that you saw that I had sort of partially melted there. I've taken it and sat it in the fridge just to get it to firm up a bit more so that I could actually cut it into cubes. So we're going to dump this puppy in here and then we're going to pause and I will put all the rest of the ingredients together. Okay, hang on. Okay, so there is all of our dry ingredients. You just mix it by hand in the bowl. Now I just wanted to let you know this recipe, you can't see this on here. It's impossible for you to see this, I think. But anyways, this recipe is from Rock Recipes. It's a gentleman named Barry, who is obviously a newfie. Shout out to Barry and Rock Recipes. For any of you who want this recipe or many, many others, I will link his, this is actually off of Pinterest, but I will link his website down below. I believe it is just... So look, there's a picture of what they're supposed to look like when they're done. Oh God, that is pretty much, and I mean, I can make them turn out like this. Sorry, I'm trying to find his actual, it's just, oh, okay. It's rockrecipes.com. That's it. That's all I got to look up. Anyway, he says that the best date squares, it's about the ratio of dry goods to butter, right? So he says that sometimes I've seen them so dry you could blow the crumble like dust off the top of the square. Not my idea of a great crumble. Or seen, that they're too moist and they're almost like a gushy mess in your hand. So he says that this is Nanny Hines' favorite square. So I guess his grandmother. And this is an old family recipe that he's willing to share. So I'm just allowing the butter to chill a tad Okay, guys, so there she be, all done up and ready to go in the oven. If you look at the side view, look at that, isn't that yummy? Anyway, so I'm not sure if I'm going to make 1 or 2 batches of this, but I have a lot of tins to fill. I have like 6 Christmas tins, I believe, to fill with baked goodies. So yeah, I might be making a second pan of these. So into the oven. Oh, alrighty then. So I figured because the oven is occupied, we're going to do something that we don't need the oven for. So this is a 3 ingredient fudge that is dangerously good. Am I going to have a little piece of this over the holidays? Yeah, probably, because it's Christmas, right, May? Anyway, so it is. So some of you may already have seen this before somewhere, but this is literally the 3 ingredients that you need. You need Reese's peanut butter cups. Now these are 10 small snack size cups per package. I have 4 packages here. I bought them at the dollar store, good old dollar store. And they are just like the little, you know, Halloween size ones. Chocolate chips. These are milk chocolate. That is what it called for. And, well, any brand, but I don't know about my friends in the States or in the UK or whatever. But here, the brand to buy, really, if you want like good quality stuff, it's Eagle brand. And it's really not that much more expensive. So, a can each of Eagle brand condensed sweetened milk. And this is going to make 2 batches. So over here is my 2 trays that I'm going to make them in. So you're supposed to take a deep enough dish, line it with tin foil, and then give it a light spray with that. So I am going to go over here and unwrap all of these Reese's Pieces cups. Alrighty, guys. So here's what happens after you unwrap a shit ton. This is 30 peanut butter cups, I believe, in here. So you line the bottom of each one, and sometimes you gotta break them to make it happen. I don't know. I actually wish I had bought 1 extra package, because I kind of feel like one of them is a little skinnier than the other, but oh well, it's all good. Okay, so literally the next thing that you do is you take your bag of milk chocolate chips and you pour it into a bowl. Voila. And then you take your can of Eagle brand milk, and can I do this with 1 hand? I doubt very much. Okay, pause. Okay, guys, so... Yeah. Oh, hello? Are we taping? Are we taping? Okay, good. I have hubby on camera, guys. Huh? Cameraman. Okay, so you literally put your chocolate chips in the bowl. That's only 1 bag. This is your Eagle brand milk. Look at all that yummy, disgustingly bad for you, heart attack causing, stroke causing, full of chemicals, I don't eat this shit stuff. And I just want to stick my face in the bowl. This is so good. Okay, so literally you try to get all of this out of there as best you can, because it is very, very thick. Not bad. Okay. Alright. Throw that in there to rinse it for reflux. And you just stir it all around. Make it all pretty. Like so. And then, once you do that, you put it in the microwave, uncovered. I believe it is uncovered. For 2 minutes, but you have to stop it every 30 seconds just to mix it, to make sure that it is, get off, just to make sure that it is mixing well. So, here we go. Okay, you can hit pause. Recording?
Yep.
Sweet. Okay, guys, so there's all those chocolate chips and Eagle brand milk all microwave together for 2 minutes.
I can't see you, eh?
You don't need to see me. Why do you need to see me? Okay, so basically, all you do is you pours it on top of this, like so. Just trying to evenly distribute it as much as possible. You want to get in all those little nooks and crannies around the edges of your pan. That being said, you're going to spread it out anywho with your spatula thingy. This isn't really a spatula, it's kind of a spatula that wants to be a spoon or vice versa. I don't really know. But it's one of my favorite gadget thingies to use in my kitchen. Okay. I promise my hands are clean. I did wash my hands, I promise. I swear. Honestly. Okay, so basically all you want to do is just kind of, yeah, come on in here close so you can see. Basically all you want to do is just make sure that it is spread nice and even. Or as even as you can get it. Whatever, it's not a perfect science. Okay, so now we're going to pause again for a sec. Okay guys, so really all you want to do now, I've had these ones, I had hubby stick these in the freezer for a minute. So just so you can be completely ridiculous, then you take some remaining Reese's Pieces, or Reese's Cups rather, sorry. Oops. Really I should be cutting these, but you know what, whatever. It's not, again, an exact science, right? This is only 5 of them. You just break them up in pieces, kind of set them, press them into the top. I really actually should have more, but I am not going back to the store that is a half an hour one way in a snowstorm to get more Reese's peanut butter cups. So it is what it is. So there you go. And then you stick that in the fridge and let it cool. And once it cools, then you can cut it into squares and Bob's your uncle. There you go. There's your peanut butter fudge, peanut butter, wait a minute. Reese's peanut butter cup chocolate fudge. There we go. Bingo. Okay guys, I just took the date squares out of the oven. I don't even want to touch them, they're too hot. It's too hot, 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 hot. I'm on the wrong thing here. There we go, that's better. But anyway, so there they are, all yummy and baked, and it smells like heaven in here. And as I said, I may be making a second tray of these. So these are just going to sit here and chill out and cool down. And then I will be able to cut them into squares. So there you go. So I'm going to go and make another batch of the fudge now, but I'm not going to bother to record it a second time. Okay, so stay tuned.